it worked. Yay, we're live.
Hello.
Hello to the world. We are on another episode of Tipsy and Witchy. We're missing Tipsy again because she'll get here eventually. But tonight we are with our good friend Tinamarie. And I don't want to butcher the pronunciation. What is it we are talking about?
We are going to be talking tonight about the Basajuan, and they are from the Basque country, which is kind of like the Pyrenees Mountains up in Spain, way up.
So, yeah, I wouldn't have said that correctly at all.
It took me a few tries because if you actually go on YouTube, it will actually take you to a place where it says it correctly, and I practiced a lot. Just to say it correctly. So that's what I wanted to talk about this. I happened to come across it. It was a creature that was presented in a fictional book. And we all know that a lot of fiction does have some truths to it. And that's how they pull their story together. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go see if this thing is actually something that's real, that's out there. Did the author just kind of make it all up? And I looked it up and went, damn. It is believed to be real. So just kept looking more and more information up. And I was really surprised because when I first went to go and look it up, a lot of times it was referred to as a Bigfoot type creature in the book I was reading. Again, it was fiction. So when I started to research it more and more, I was really surprised to find that, well, let's see what you guys think. Whether you guys think it's actually a Bigfoot or something else.
All right. I'm down.
All right.
Well, Mom is moving. What's happening? Hello?
I don't know. Is she already moved by my words?
Yes, I am.
I'm proud of you.
By the way, Chelsea, thank you for posting those pictures from Paris Icon, where our group went out and just caused just a wee, tiny bit of trouble. But it was fun trouble, but not really.
It was so much fun to have all you guys there.
That was incredibly docile for us. I thought we did just fine.
Yes, well, we have Michigan Paracon to make up for it.
Yes, we do.
Because we all know what happens there, just like Vegas stays there.
Oh God, yes.
You will see the very, very calm, correct, appropriate pictures being posted of that. The rest of it, no.
Yeah.
There's a reason why not everybody takes pictures there.
That's correct. Especially after the official con ends for the day. That's when we're like, y'all put the cameras away. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
put that down. Oh, shit.
Anyway, well, like I said, I was really, really intrigued by finding out that this supposedly fictional creature in a fictional book, the Basajuan, was actually thought to be a real creature. It's a local folklore, and this all happens in the forests of Gorbea, Spain. Like I said, it's very, very high up in the Pyrenees Mountains, and I'm going to butcher this one too. Irati as a municipality in the state of Parana in Brazil. So kind of Brazil, Spain, up in that area, up in the Pyrenees Mountains. That's called the Basque area. Okay, I hear myself again.
I know.
Okay, it's stopped.
Too.
That's okay. We're good now. So anyway, the Basque mythology, that's that area in Spain. They talk about Basajuan even to this day. Even though it's considered folklore, there are some who believe it does still dwell in the woods. They're like a huge, hairy hominid, and they walk in human fashion. Their bodies are covered in hair. In fact, it's so long, it's like a long mane that reaches to their feet. So when I first read that, that's where I thought, oh, okay, it's their type of Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sounds like my
it gets a
relative.
little deeper than that. So come to find out that they were also thought to build megaliths, those great big kind of stone upon stone upon stone, where you would need cranes nowadays to move these stones, but somehow they just did it themselves. So they would build megaliths, and let's see, they would protect flocks of livestock, and they taught skills such as agriculture and ironworking to humans. That was the belief that that's where that area or that pocket of humanity learned how to do some of that stuff, was these creatures taught them. I guess basically they took pity on us and got tired of burying us because we killed ourselves off.
It
And
must
they
not
said,
have tasted.
okay, well, let's give them a little help. So
Maybe they helped build the pyramids in Egypt.
I don't know. I'm going to go with aliens on that one.
Okay,
Really going to go with aliens on that one.
but maybe he's an alien.
Maybe there are some different thoughts and ideas as to what this creature is, as to whether or not it's part of our lineage or somewhere else's. So, and these creatures, even though they are really, really huge, they're not thought to be aggressive. There are a few stories where it shows them to be aggressive, but for the most part, they're just kind of shown as like benefactors. In fact, Basa, from the name, the Basajuan, means forest, woods, and Wan means Lord of. So basically, Lord of the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a group of Basajuan, they are called Basajuanak. And if it's a female, it's a Basandir. It is believed to be a matriarch society. The females run things. The men are just told what to do. Kind of like I wish a lot more places were like. So,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, they are also known they protect like sheep flocks and stuff like that. They also are supposed to be helping out local shepherds. They let them know when storms are coming or if there's wolves in the area or anything that might harm them. They will do they would shout like a Bigfoot type shout. Again, that's where I kind of thought at first maybe a Bigfoot,
Mm-hmm.
or they whistle. And these are today still being heard from some of the shepherds up there in the Pyrenees Mountains. They're saying they still hear these. Sometimes they hear a bell ring. Sometimes they'll hear loud whistles where it sounds almost like a human doing it, but they know that Joe Schmo isn't on the mountain this weekend. He's off with his family, so he's not over there with his sheep. So where is this whistle coming from?
Right.
So, and then they would also do some shouting. Let's see. They appear in stories from time to time, terrifying men, and I believe that this is because of the fact that they are large humans. They're considered to be 10, 12, and in some stories, 14 foot tall. But they look like humans. They just have long hair. Now, I have two pictures that I thought more or less depicted them better. I know, Donna, I don't know, Chelsea or Donna, one of you had put one of the pictures in the announcement for today. Okay, Donna did. All right. But I have two other pictures. Hopefully you guys can see that. There we go. So that's one of them. Where again, kind of looks like a Bigfoot, but more human-like.
Yeah.
Okay. Using stone tools, but they actually cover themselves up. Now, this is the one I think really depicts what they look like. I was going to fuzz out the woman, just all be adult here, but that is, so they really do look more like
Sure.
just hairy humans,
Yeah.
but taller, bigger. They depict being very muscular. So maybe like a bodybuilder on some serious steroids where they got a lot of extra hair. But anyway, so there's these creatures up there, and they took care of people. There's lots and lots of stories on YouTube. Just put in Basajuan, which is B as in boy, Basajuan. And if you put that in YouTube, you're going to see all these different stories. A lot of them are told by a young woman, and she does a really good job on it. So watch some of those. Just really, really unique stories. I don't want to read them all here. Go look them up, guys. It's a lot. It's a lot of fun. These creatures also appear in Aragonese mythology, and that's further down than in the Pyrenees Mountains, kind of like at the bottom of the mountain.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of different information that's out there, but some of the authors that are out there that talk about them, they have suggested that the Basajuan is not a Bigfoot. It is a folk memory and possibly a memory of early human contact with Neanderthal populations in the Iberian Peninsula.
Neanderthal was the word I was trying to think of when you showed the picture of the two. So I'm like, wow, that looks like cavemen.
Right, exactly. But cavemen with more of a brain than what we were thought of having as cavemen.
Yeah.
So now I have an author here that I cannot pronounce this person's name. I'm going to really majorly butcher it. Maria, but it looks like Amrija Gumbatos. And this is what was written. Just let me quick read through it for you guys because it's a lot of the information I told you and a little bit more. This creature known as Basajuan, translated Lord of the Woods, is described as a large, robust, hairy hominid who lives in forest. He also has a female counterpart companion known as a Basandir. Now, here is where the Basque myth becomes very interesting. The Basajuan is believed to have built megaliths, protected flocks of livestock, as well as introduced agriculture and ironworking to humans. It is also said to have lived in caves, often deep in the woods, of which there are many in the Pyrenees. In general, the Basajuan is depicted as a benevolent creature, sort of a protector of the woods, protector of the flocks and shepherds. Other rural legends still give him more attributes of a folk guardian. It is said that a Basajuan yells and hollers from the mountains whenever a storm is coming to warn the peasants and the shepherds to take shelter. But there are far more enigmatic aspects to this myth that quickly tickle our imagination and make us wonder whether or not this myth actually has its roots in fact or fiction. The old stories of the Basque country describe the Basajuan as a teacher. The tales explain that the Basajuan knew how to craft tools, taught people how to create weapons, mills, axles, saws, and how to smelt metals. He also instructed them in skills needed for crop cultivation, foraging, and milling. And to top it all off, the Basajuan was responsible for building megaliths. And she found that part very interesting, as Neanderthals were also known for creating megaliths. Depicted as a robust man with a lot of hair on his body, he is depicted as an ancient man in his earliest steps towards civilization. In other words, the description of the Basajuan bears a striking resemblance to Neanderthals or even the European early modern humans known as Cro-Magnons.
Yes. They also it was also said that they would help like sheep herders scare the wolves away from the flocks.
Yes, very much so. Let's see, it says if we dig a little deeper, it's interesting to keep in mind that the Neanderthals preserved in the modern Basque country for quite a while after disappearing from other parts of Europe. Well, think about it. You've got these huge Pyrenees mountains up there, little valleys, and literally you're taking days to walk there because you don't have roads to get there. Even to this day, a lot of them, unless you hike yourself there or pay for a very expensive helicopter ride, you're not getting in there. It's hard to get in, it's hard to get out. The weather up there can turn in at any second, and it's hard even for helicopters to get in and out. So imagine these people, the people who are living there still do a lot of the same things that their great, 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 great grandparents did exactly the same way. It's worked. Why stop? So I could see where if there were Neanderthal or Neanderthal type people, though it never depicts them as having the bigger Cro-Magnon type forehead, um, which is more like the what did they say? Cro-Magnon, whatever. They had a little bit less bigger forehead than us. Um, why wouldn't they be stuck up there? They've got nowhere to go. They don't have anybody that's against them because they've taken care of the local people. So those people are basically in a sheltered area. So is that creature. So they could, why not live on for much longer than any of the other pockets of Neanderthals that were thought to still be around? So, and who knows? Maybe they're still up there. We don't know. Like I said, some of the different shepherds are saying that they still hear bells, whistles, and whoops up in the mountains. And sure enough, it usually comes right before a pack of wolves, a bad storm, ice, whatever. They're being let known ahead of time. So, but I kind of thought it was really cool that they taught humans, or it is believed that they taught humans how to use tools and stuff like that. So if they really were Neanderthals, how far advanced were they that they were teaching us how to do stuff?
When you think about it, they worked with their hands all their life.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I think they were a lot smarter than what people are led to believe.
I do too. I
really do.
I'm gonna throw a theory out there, and you guys could just blow it apart for all I care. This is just a thought and a theory because I've been looking this up and thinking about it for a while. Hear me out. I know there was the flood. I know there was Noah. I know there was one mountain where the ark supposedly sat upon at the end. Surely there had to have been a few other mountaintops that were not completely covered. We also know that there were also, products of angels and humans having mated. Nephilim.
Yep.
What if there were pockets of Nephilim that were left after the flood? What if they also bred with some of the local early humans, again, kind of continuing their procreation to basically bump us up from just hairy monkeys on up to, actual humans? What if those children of the Nephilim and humans are the Basajuan, are these people that they're talking about in these pockets, right where the Nephilim may have hid?
I think that's a pretty damn good theory, really.
I do too.
That's how they got this information before we did.
What if aliens came down and bred with the last of the monkeys?
Exactly. Brought us up,
Maybe they were the first hybridization.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So,
I mean, we don't know.
We don't. We don't know.
Stories, but we don't know if they're true. We weren't there.
I'm not gonna lie. All I'm picturing right now is an alien looking at an ape and going, "Damn, you fine."
Shave it. Let's see what we got.
All I'm thinking is I need to get the tinfoil out from my head because I don't want one of them wanting to breed with me.
Yeah.
I want to make.
Pretty sure the tinfoil on your head is not where you need to put the tinfoil.
That's true. I need to stuff that baby.
Yeah.
So let's go back to Robin Hood Men in Tights. You need the iron underwear. Okay.
The Iron Maiden. No, not the Maiden. What was it? What did they call that?
I don't remember.
Oh, now it's gonna drive me nuts. But
so
that's just my theory. I don't know what you guys think, but I just thought this was all kind of, I know it's not like super paranormal or anything, but I just thought it was really interesting to come across this, a creature I hadn't heard before, and I originally thought was just fictional, ends up being, a local folk tale.
No, it's a big
Spain, which is kind of crazy.
To me, it reminds me of Bigfoot.
Right.
And I'm a devout believer Bigfoot's an alien.
I think they put them here. Is this a penal colony? It might be. Who knows?
It could be.
I mean, there's other creatures out there, other cryptids that are out there that I can't see how they would be a part of the lineage of any of our animals or us.
Yes.
They don't fit.
They don't.
They
Nothing
don't fit.
about them is earth worthy,
Mhm.
Iron underwear ever lasts. You got it, Kristen. Just like those iron chastity belts back in the day.
That's what it basically was, an iron chastity belt. Yeah.
Could you imagine being stuck in one of those?
I mean, how did
No, thank you.
I guess you just kind of peed around it. I don't
don't know. I don't want to know.
There were spots for it in them.
Maybe, but still, ew.
But it was
It's so
like,
nasty.
well, I mean, they peed in chamber pots. Come on.
True.
I've peed
And
in
then threw it out
buckets.
the window to walk in it.
Oh, yeah.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. And if a coffee can is what you got to use, then you use that damn coffee can, okay? That's all I'm saying.
No, the coffee can's what I keep my teepee in. I lean up against the back tire of the car. There you go.
Listen, not all of us have a fancy little natural tool, okay? Some of us have to squat to pee. Okay?
Well, you can't poop standing up now, can you?
That's why the coffee can come in handy.
I don't need a coffee can.
And you scare the farmers.
If I gotta go, I gotta go.
I was gonna say, I don't even think you have to sit down yet, and you can probably go.
No, just like you said, a tire works just fine.
Yep.
Well, this show just went down the crapper hole.
Hey, they make toilet seats for your hitch. You should get one for the Jeep.
They do. They do.
Those are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
No, because if I got one of those, Chelsea would fucking drive away as I'm trying to go potty.
Hold on.
Potty on the go. That's gonna redefine when you say you go potty because you're going.
I give up with you. I really do.
But anyway, so how about them I can't say it.
Basajuan?
Yeah, that one.
The B word.
Well, like I said, that's my theory. I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than, I was just wondering what you guys kind of thought about it. Let's see if I have any more information here.
Wanda says iron repels fairies.
Which it does.
It does.
So I was thinking that maybe the Basajuans, because I can't roll my R's. Did you just call it a maroon?
Box of maroons.
Box of maroons. Oh, I see what you did there. Right. Maybe they're of a relation to Bigfoot, but they're the smarter Bigfoot. Maybe.
See, there's another good theory.
What if Bigfoot is another hybridization and attempts to make us, and they're just different variations of the same science project?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, just like people, we come in all shapes and sizes. Why can't they?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
does. I mean, in other areas, he's what? The abominable snowman, or
Yeti.
The Yeti.
The Yeti, yeah.
Or down in Florida, the skunk ape.
The skunk
ape.
Why couldn't this be one of them?
And depending on who you talk to, Sasquatch and Bigfoot are two different things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not. I really think it's an alien.
Maybe they're all fairies.
No. Well, maybe.
You don't know.
In the face spectrum.
Yeah.
What do they call the dark ones? The unseelie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Darklings.
Darklings.
That sounds like the opposite of a Sealy mattress. Like I don't know.
Oh,
I agree with John Penny, Rhonda. I really think they're aliens that transport anytime they want. I really do.
which is why we never find skeletons or remains.
Right.
Oh no, that's
What if they're transporting in and out to that one planet that's said to be in our solar system? We just haven't seen it in like a really, really long time.
Yeah, because it instead of it going like this, it goes like this around the. So we only see it like every couple hundred years.
That's a
we're
theory.
just an alien science project. You know, we
Yeah.
could be alien poop for all we know. We could be the ones that are not intelligent, and they're just watching us, going, "Oh, okay."
They're
No,
like,
we know that's what they're doing.
Like, oh, hey guys, they want to contact us. Should we answer? No.
No.
Let's not.
Put that on auto reject for another 100 years.
Yeah.
Like, new phone. Who dis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't say I blame them. I love my people, but people kind of suck. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
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 But I don't know.
The only other thing I did find was, let's see, where was it? Pre-Christian civilizations, in particular to the builders of the megalithic monuments, talked about the gentiliac or gentil being known as a race of giants in the Basque mythology. This word meaning Gentile, as in they did not believe in the Christian way. The Latin gentilius, which basically comes down to, in the end, the word Gentile, as in non-believer of the Christian way, because they believed in nature. They believed their way, not what the humans were believing.
And more Wiccan.
Yeah. Well, you've heard that in the Bible, the Gentiles. They talked about them.
And they also talked about the big hairy men.
Yeah. So they are in other cultures being talked about, but I think they have different names. Again, so there's one that was gentile, or it was the Gentiles. That's how they were believed. That's where that name came from, is they are talking about the Basajuan. They were actually the Gentiles mentioned in the Bible. So
I think I might have some cousins that are those, because they're pretty damn hairy.
I was just thinking the same thing before the show started. I've got some family members that,
it would make a lot of sense.
And sadly, I'm sorry, Robert's family, they are in Michigan, in northern Michigan.
You gotta be hairy to be warm up there.
Hey, maybe we're related.
Okay. We don't always claim that side of the family, but all right.
Yeah, we have some like
we
that
don't
too.
claim ours either up there. We're related to them all.
You're with the right crowd.
Yeah. I just remember going to the last family picnic where they were there. Now, I met them when I was a child, and after I got married and we moved here, they invited us to a picnic, and I took my new husband at that time after we had moved to Indiana, and we went to one of these picnics, and we pulled up, and some of the things we saw, my husband just kind of sat there with eyes huge the whole time, just amazed at some things being said and done. And, they go, "Oh, we don't do hamburgers and hot dogs. Here's a steak." And we're like, "Where did you get this meat?" We weren't sure. But after we left, Tim goes, "I love you, but I have to ask, did some of your cousins marry? I just have to know."
Did that tree trunk go straight up?
I said, "Honey, I don't know. Nobody in the family really recognizes that side of the family." We just smile and say, We never quite answered related. So, yeah.
Was that grandma's sister's brother? No.
Yeah. Don't know.
It could have been.
Yeah. he just smile whenever people ask. Never answer.
No, they never do. And they never will. But that's okay.
Yep. So really, that was all I kind of had on him. But I didn't know what anybody else was thinking or what you guys think might be. I don't know. We've talked about might be a Bigfoot or a type of Bigfoot. Are they the Neanderthals or the Cro-Magnons? Or are they placed by aliens? What do you guys think? I'm talking about people that are out there.
Honestly, I think they are just another descendant of the Bigfoot. And to me, Bigfoots are aliens. So,
and the Bigfoots do seem to, even though they live extremely simply, they seem to have knowledge because they know when you're carrying cell phones or technology, or if you mean them harm, they don't come out. I mean, they've also been known to throw rocks at hunters. So, you know,
be aggressive. So.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be seen.
Right. Exactly.
Which who's to say that one of these wouldn't be that way today?
True.
If you were in there out seeking them, trying to expose them.
Right.
And maybe that's one of the reasons why Bigfoot's been the way it has been for so long, is because people have been trying to capture evidence and whatnot. And maybe that's not what they want.
I know I wouldn't want to be caught and put on display in some alien ship, you know?
No way.
Not.
Some weird zoo somewhere, or mounted and stuffed and put in a corner. So,
or tested on inside a mountain in a lab.
Yes.
Government.
Yes. Exactly. So, yeah, and that could be why that they act the way they do to protect themselves. And it also could be why these people, if they are still alive or had been alive earlier, stayed hidden way up there in those mountains and the caves and stayed away from people. And that's why they are either still there or were there recently, because they stayed hidden in these little pockets.
Well, they're smart.
Yeah.
They don't want to be on Facebook.
Maybe they only come out when it's safe, like when humanity needs them.
Right.
They like seclude back into the earth, because there's the whole hollow earth theory where there's a whole nother level underneath there.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Life.
Yeah.
Maybe they know how to get down in there.
Pretty sure the entrance is in Houghton Lake, but that's all right.
Here we go again.
Sorry, I cannot drive through there without my head just spinning. I it just, my stomach gets sick, my head spins, and I don't feel as though I could actually find center if I needed it. I just don't feel well when I'm in
lines run through there.
Hmm?
There's a lot of ley lines through there.
Yeah, I believe that. Like I said, to this day I believe that lake is kind of a underground alien parking garage. So.
And growing up there, like I was always drawn to that area, like really hard, and I never understood why. Like Houghton Lake is nothing to look at.
No, there's not a whole lot there.
Right downhill. It's
but even to this day, like I still feel that energy when I go through there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just odd.
Yep. Sam and I, when we drive up to go to the UP, we don't even have to look at road signs. We know when we're with like 30 minutes of being at Houghton Lake, because we'll both be driving and go, oh.
Do you feel like the bottom dropped out from under you?
Oh God, yeah. And like I said, my head gets all spinny, my stomach gets sick, and I feel like a compass that can't find north.
There you go.
That's exactly how I feel.
That's ley lines.
Chelsea, we're talking about
do you
Houghton
think
Lake.
it's ley lines or something that are there that are throwing you off, or?
I don't know. I mean, it could be that feeling, but I've been around cross ley lines before and not have it feel that sharply, that as big as it is at Houghton Lake.
True. I don't know.
I agree, Candace. We could be a huge seeding experiment. Maybe we're going to be, who knows? I think we're some alien fourth graders' science project that they left under their bed. And we're just,
And we started fornicating and taking it on our own.
See?
Yeah. I mean,
we're a science project that got out of control.
Yeah. Then while they're yelling, "For the love of God, it stinks, throw it away."
Right.
We need a carpet.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd buy it. Mm-hmm. We could be like Men in Black, and we're just kept in a locker in a subway.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Who knows?
But
we
yes,
don't know our out of control is correct. You're right, Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh shit. You know, and I find it funny because there are other places like Houghton Lake too, where maybe it's a tourist trap thing, because I kind of get the same feeling in other tourist trap kind of areas.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like, when
Yeah.
you go there. And I don't know if it's because we're more sensitive. Maybe that's why we're more affected.
Like I said, I've been to other areas in the country, in the world, where there are special things that aren't anywhere else.
Yeah.
One I can talk about is in Pennsylvania, and I know that there are 2 other places in the world. I think one's in Africa. I don't remember where the third one is, where they have these rocks that ring. If you hit them with a hammer or another rock, they actually ring. They have different tones, but they ring. If you pick up a rock that rings and leave that area, the rock no longer rings. That is an area that's got some weird energy to it. So, I don't know. What are these places that, other than cross ley lines, what are these places?
Right.
And why there, and why are the things there that are creating this?
Mm.
Oh, let's put puzzles down there and see if they can solve them. So, yeah.
I got nothing. Maybe tourist trap areas become tourist traps because that's where the science project started.
Could be. And again, the ley lines, they do pull some people in. That's why a great many of the very, very big churches in Europe are all built on cross ley lines.
What about you, Higgins? What do you think? Higgins! He's like, what? Hello.
He's like, just let me lay here.
Right. Like, Mom moved. Oh, there we go. Hi, Higgins. Welcome to the show.
Higgy.
Yeah. What are you doing, bud? What's your thoughts on aliens there, kiddo? No?
He says they're all aliens.
Agreed.
Fair enough. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
All right.
I love it. I sometimes I think Shar-Peis are aliens, but that's just me.
Maybe they're the normal ones and we're the aliens.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I hear a phone ringing.
I do too.
I do. Let's we're gonna do that. There we go. Now we don't hear a phone.
So, Chelsea, where else have you been that you've kind of felt that weird feeling like it happens in Houghton Lake?
Let me think about that for a second.
Ludington's one for me.
Honestly, I feel that way in the Sault Ste. Marie.
Mm-hmm.
That's an area where I feel it. St. Ignace, pretty much the whole UP, Upper Peninsula, for those of you not from Michigan. And it's just a different atmosphere up there. So I don't know. I always feel kind of like I'm in a haze when I'm up there most of the time. It's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just hard to focus. I'm drawn to everything.
Yeah. I think the other one that I really felt that's similar to Houghton Lake, but it's just as strong but a different energy feeling is Staten Island or in New York.
Oh,
When you go to the island, you step on the island and it's like stepping on a live wire. There is just an energy there that is just, I don't know that I felt it anywhere else before. Like I said, it's similar to Houghton Lake is that it's big, but it's a different type of energy. But yeah, weird. But then again, look at when we go up to when you're saying all these places up in the UP surrounded by water or damn near, and
water and
Staten
copper.
Island. Yeah.
and limestone.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Yes.
Exactly the same thing. New Orleans, Belize. Yep. That mine route. Yes. Very true. Candace, Niagara Falls. I think Niagara Falls creates its own energy because I think it's, with it being such a big falls, don't you think it creates some sort of a magnetic force to it? Just a thought. Didn't know, but I like those. Yes, Candace, I agree.
I think Tequamanon Falls could be around the same as well. I don't think it's as big as Niagara, but I think
it's constantly creating energy. So
right, exactly.
And you almost wonder if that's why people go there to commit suicide, because that energy is pulling them in there.
Mm-hmm.
In their weak state of mind.
It's very true.
True, Mitchell. Mackinac Island is another one. Another force of its own. Yeah, it does have a weird energy.
Yeah. Mackinac is something, especially when you go there and you're sitting on the lawn in front of the fort, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is where all the dead bodies used to lay." All right, I just had lunch with Bob and Tom, who've been dead for 200 years. So that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Not that I mind. I mean, I don't have lunch with dead people anyway.
Yeah, Gettysburg is like that too, with the dead and the soldiers and.
I've always wanted to go to Gettysburg.
Always. You have to go. Have to go. Well worth it.
I agree. I need to go. Like, we need to go. Savannah, Georgia. That's another good one.
Yeah.
If we're going on that route, I would also put St. Augustine, Florida, in that little loop.
Yep.
That's another place when I went, it almost makes you dizzy. And I think it's just a mixture of, you've got all the people that pour in, as well as the history of the place as well. Mm-hmm. And it's another place with a damn fort.
Yeah. There's got to be leftover residual energy from any place like Gettysburg or any of them places that have a fort. War or not, there was still war strategy, war things that were talked about, done. That leaves a residual. Just like people, when you go to a cemetery, even though that there's not really so much spirit hanging around, there's an energy there. Of course, usually it's a sad energy, but it's still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, and I think a lot of it is just an echo of what it was, but I mean, you've got all these people feeding into it, so it feels stronger than it perhaps may actually be.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Agreed, Mitchell. Yes. Standing under the arch in St. Louis. I want to do that. It's on the list. It's on the list.
I've always wanted to be in the arch during a tornado. Is that a true thing?
I don't know.
Like, I've heard that people can be in the arch during a tornado because it's safe or some. I don't know.
Yeah, but you got to pass through both sides. I mean, you got to get in there and you got to get back out. So,
fair enough.
Are you talking about like the inside, the cone inside the tornado?
No. Like, people are like inside the actual arch while the tornado goes through it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Now I understand what you're saying. I thought you were talking about like the inside of the tornado.
I don't want to be on the inside of a tornado.
No, me either. Because I'm pretty sure, like the movie Twister, you can't just wrap a belt around you and just actually live through it.
No, we can't live Hollywood style. That
Yeah.
unfortunately gets you killed, kids.
Yes.
Don't trust the movies.
Yeah.
Whatever they tell you, it's not
Right.
true.
Yes.
It
Usually
just makes
Hollywood
for
is a lot scarier than real life.
a true
So.
story
Yeah.
because they lie.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
But don't forget to fill up your blinker fluid and make sure you try the different flavors of Tide Pods.
Oh, God.
I thought I'd throw that in there for fun. Candace wants to go to Ireland and UK for Stonehenge. You know, Stonehenge was on my list for the longest time, and it still is, but I honestly was so bummed out to learn that it's surrounded by a major highway.
Yeah, and you really can't get that close anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of like the White House. You can see it from a distance. So.
Yeah. And that's such a bummer. Like if I went to Stonehenge, I don't have to touch the rocks, but I'd like to stand next to them, and that's not even a possibility anymore. Such a bummer.
Did you guys ever see that meme with Stonehenge and Easter Island, where it's literally just like a great big statue and the head's in one side and it comes all the way through the earth on the other side? The toes are actually, the stones. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. I like that.
I mean, honestly, it's not that far-fetched.
Yeah. So we all agree there are places out there that are just different than anywhere else that create this energy that sometimes it affects people, sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Another great one is the Red Rocks out in Arizona.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Where there's a church that is literally built into the mountainside. As you're going, it's kind of a curved as it goes up to the church, about 2/3 of the way up. For those of you who can feel energy, you get up there and all of a sudden it's like you've stepped on a live wire. Yeah. It's just, there's like, it's like, I don't know whether it's a portal, a vortex. I don't care. I don't know what it is. All I know is I stepped on it and my eye just almost bounced out of my head. And the tour guide did not tell us about this. And when I did, I stopped dead and everybody behind me almost hit me in the back because we were following, going up. Yeah. He goes, you found it. Mm-hmm. I'm going, what is it? Because I could feel it. Of course, everybody around me is like on tiptoe going, where? Let me feel it. He goes, yeah, I purposely don't say anything because I want to see who picks up on it. I'm like, yeah, got it. This blew my eyeballs out. Okay, unmute your mom.
She's unmuted.
Okay, good. We heard the phone ring.
Finish a deal.
Was it a deal or no deal?
No deal.
Oh.
Ridiculous.
Well, what I was going to also bring up, another place that just absolutely took my breath away because the energy is so insane, is the Devil's Tower. I think it's in South Dakota.
I think that's where it is, yeah.
But it's amazing, and there's so much folklore that surrounds it, both good and bad. But it's the best way I can describe it is it's a very heavy energy, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad energy. It's just so
intense.
It's just so raw.
Yeah.
I have a feather from there.
You have a what?
A feather that was found there on one of the ledges.
I thought you said finger, and I was going to be very concerned.
Yeah, well, a piece of a body part from a human in one of the Dakotas. I mean, It wouldn't be uncommon, but yeah, I would be concerned too.
Wasn't that where you went, Chelsea, after you guys ran over all those rabbits?
Yes.
Yes.
Devil's Tower. Mm-hmm. Devil's Tower, Mount Rushmore. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one they're building with the Indian on the horse. They went to a bunch of places.
I always thought Devil's Tower looked like a petrified tree trunk.
Yeah. It does.
That's what it looks like to me.
It does.
Was it a prehistoric tree that just fell over? And
That's a big ass tree.
yes.
Because that thing huge. Does anybody ever go to the top of that? Because I always thought it'd be kind of cool. Like, is it
Yeah,
possible?
I guess you'd have to do it with a helicopter, because how the heck else would you get up there?
People
Point.
climb it.
Yeah, I'm not
Do
about.
they really?
They climb it without ropes. Can you imagine that one? Like,
I'd get up like 2 feet and fall down. Like, I'm not this girl don't climb. Okay, no.
Don't look at me.
no way.
Crazy Horse was the one Chelsea said.
Crazy Horse.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for the background narrator, known as
Known as your father.
AKA Dad.
So, Donna, have you ever been anywhere that I don't think has been mentioned yet that you felt like a weird energy like Houghton Lake? Not exactly, but. Oh, yeah. Mitchell said it's called Legacy Tree for a reason. Thank you, Mitchell. Yeah.
So, yeah, Mom, anywhere, any places you've been besides Houghton Lake that feels like that?
Yes. Give me a minute. I'll think of one. I'm brain dead. I spread 20 bags of mulch and I'm wore out.
Ew.
That doesn't sound like a lot until you reach my age.
I hear you.
And I don't have Conrad here.
I mean, you say that, but 3 bags of mulch sounds like a lot to me. So
yeah,
it's hard work.
It is.
Yeah, 20 bags is a lot.
I don't know. Nature keeps trying to kill me every time I step outside this year, so I proceed with caution every time.
I just stay in the house.
Last time it tried to blind me.
What?
Blind you?
Yeah, a beetle flew in my eye as soon as I walked into my garden. What is it? Like a week ago, I also got bit by something, and now I have a rash from it. That's like.
Well, tell Jordan to put his teeth back in.
I think it might have been an elderbox bug because I'm allergic to those. So.
I just said that she was told she was Crazy Horse in a past life. You know, I could almost see that, Rhonda.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And one spot that really, really sets my energy down the downhill slide is Sheboygan.
Mom hates Sheboygan. If anyone listening is from Sheboygan, I'm
no
sorry.
offense, but it drains every ounce of energy I have out of me. It's like a freaking vacuum cleaner.
To clarify, we were talking about Sheboygan, Michigan.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, if you're from there, I'm sorry.
I've never liked going there.
No. You get such an uneasy feeling before you even approach it, kind of like Houghton Lake.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Mm-hmm.
So what place have you been, Conrad, that gives you an uneasy feeling?
One of mine was Ludington, like that area.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Go ahead.
What?
Your turn.
I just thought of another one, but I interrupted you.
It's okay.
That's all right. I lost my thoughts, so it's okay.
My bad. This one should have been a no-brainer, but Newberry.
Chelsea will never get over Newberry.
Are all these places in Michigan?
Or at least the hotel, right?
Listen, I will go back. Like I'm beyond that part now, but
I want to go back. We need to figure out who owns this place, even if it's not open, just so we can try and get in for an investigation.
That would be sweet.
At the hotel in Newberry?
Yeah.
I don't want to go back there.
I would.
I would go back. If you ask me,
where is Garden City, Westland? Where is that?
Is that
Garden
like
that's down by Detroit?
I was going to say that's
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Chelsea has a elemental.
I do.
Cool.
I have one too.
When I moved into this house, both Conrad and I picked up on a dying elemental, and then another one moved in when that one died. because it was the reason why I had like this really strong urge to get plants in my house.
Okay.
Like I needed to give some sort of offering for its passing. And then it passed and I could feel it when it left. And then I remember looking out the window and it was like a really windy, stormy, shitty day. And I could see it moving across the fields. I'm like, oh, we got the replacement moving in. All right.
I feel like they're like Phoenix. They just kind of like fall, they rise from their own ashes kind of deal.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Candace, Bath, Michigan has a lot of creepy energy.
Yeah.
Well, that was where the wasn't it like that
house was blown up.
Yeah. There's a really unbelievably strong elemental in Gettysburg at the Dave Stewart farm, which was used as a field hospital. And it's on the outskirts of Gettysburg, but it's still considered part of Gettysburg. And I wasn't the only one to see it. There were 4 of us that saw the elemental, and it was a water elemental. And it was awesome because 4 of us approached the water that was on the farm because we all felt it because we had to cross the bridge to get into the farm. And the minute we did, we were like, felt that. And I had, because we were all gathering together, having dinner together before we started the investigation. So it was early. And we brought a little bit of alcohol with us. And we had, what did I have? A bottle of tequila. I don't remember what kind it was right now. Anyway, it was brand new. And the 4 of us walked down. One of us stopped because they were uneasy. So the 3 of us continued on till we got to the stream. And I just said, I wanted to thank you for being here, taking care of the water, taking care of this farm by providing clean, clear water for it. This is for you. And I cracked it open and I said, the first shot is for you, and dropped a shot in. That instantaneous, all 3 of us were like, whoa, it was like the Matrix. We just felt like we were being blown back, but it wasn't bad. It was as though they were giving us a gift back. Because we felt fantastic afterwards.
That's
so awesome. That was pretty unbelievable. But the fact that I wasn't the only one to see it or experience it just went, whew, okay, not crazy. Not this time. Somebody else saw it and felt it too. So, yeah, that one. So the Dave Stewart farm in Gettysburg has an elemental.
Interesting.
I agree with slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
Well, and
being an animal sensitive, I agree.
Well, that, and you kind of have to wonder the mentality of some of the people in the slaughterhouse business. Like, I'm not saying they're all crazy. I'm sure most of them see it as this is a business. We're going to do it as humanely as possible, blah, 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 blah. But you got to wonder if there's some people with their screws loose that do that because they want to do it to other things.
Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre people?
Yeah.
And that's their outlet so that they actually don't go out and do it.
It scared the shit out of me.
Right. Exactly.
Well, and like also the energy that's created with fear and stuff like that from animals, seeing another animal die right in front of them and then be cut up, kind of.
Yeah, because animals are dumb. They sense it. Like they smell it.
Oh, they know.
I've seen too many cows mourn to say that they don't feel it.
Yeah.
Waverly is a good one.
Waverly is another one where it can be intense depending on what you're on.
Yep. Especially when Big Black comes down the hallway.
Oh, he's a dick.
He is a dick.
Like I said, it's the energy of like a Dementor.
Yes.
It passes through and you're like, oh, this is awful. And then they're gone, you're like,
I thought of another place, and it's actually small. Ever.
You're right.
You know, another place that I really don't like to go to, and Mom will probably be like, yeah, is Morristown. Not a fan from Morristown.
Right across Whipples, man. That cross section right there.
Like when you're driving and you go through the dead stream, it's like
the dead stream swamp is its own thing in itself too. Like
I swear to God, that swamp is alive. Like obviously it's a swamp, it's alive, but I mean it's alive.
It's alive.
It is alive.
Oh, yeah, it's alive.
So is there something in there cryptid-like that's giving it that energy?
Probably. There's been rumored to have seen like white panthers in there.
Deadstream is very big.
Yeah, it's huge.
A lot of deaths in there. A lot of stupid downstaters go in there hunting and don't come out.
Vehicles have been swallowed and never seen again.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a nasty swamp.
People have killed people in there, and people have died in there on their own accord. People have went in there and just went missing. People have made things disappear in there. All kinds of craziness going on.
Wow.
And I mean also like small town USA, where especially back in the day, you shut your mouth and never turn back. No one will know the difference.
It's still like that. I don't think that's ever going to change.
Well, no, they got each other's backs up there.
Mm-hmm. There's some crooked shit.
Well, and like Lisa says, at night it is dirt black. I mean, midnight black. There's no light coming from anything when it shines. Kind of creepy.
Crazy.
Just a little bit.
Mitchell says, Tipsico Trail, when you find a horseshoe with the nails still in it when cutting the grass.
Wow.
Yeah, that would give you a bad feeling, wouldn't it?
I would find that and be like, oh, sweet, cool. I found a treasure. Yeah. And
so what did we feel at Ohio State? You feel many things in there. You even get filled up.
I honestly mainly just feel super, super ridiculously excited because that's where one of my favorite was made. So
we know.
I've been there probably 3-4 years in a row now with doing the Parapsychon, and every year, because I have the same spot pretty much every year, and it's right up against the glass in the main guard room, and every year we'll be there, and my husband and I are working, and when it gets even just the slightest bit quiet, we'll hear on the glass the tapping.
I believe it.
And we'll occasionally hear a word or something and we look, we're like, did you? He goes, no, I didn't say anything. So we do hear them say stuff. And you always, I don't know, did you ladies see things out of the corners of your eyes? Oh yeah.
There were several times when we were sitting at our table, I saw somebody standing in front of me at the table, and I would look up to greet them, and there was no one there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Or we were walking down some of the cell blocks, and Chelsea had footsteps stomping behind her.
Oh, yeah.
Then we were down in solitary, and we were at the very end of the last row to exit, and I'm walking by the last cell, and all I hear is, who are you? And I stopped.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm Donna. Who are you? I got growled at.
Yeah.
And I looked at Chelsea and I said, did you hear that? And she says, yeah, we need to leave.
Well, that, and they didn't like my boots because I was wearing my cowboy boots, and I walk with a heavier step with those. So it sounds like maybe a guard's shoes or a guard's boots when I'm walking. So I was like, oh shit, they don't like this sound, do they? And Mom's like, nope, not one little bit. So I'm like,
I was up a few levels walking down the cells, and I had my keys, and they're bouncing off my boobs right here. And you could literally feel something breathing on the back of your neck. So I'm like, I stopped, and I'm like, you need to back up or leave me alone.
Yeah.
So then I heard scratching on the walls after that. And I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Fun. I love that place.
You definitely hear and experience stuff. And if you're there 3 days in a row, I don't know about you guys, but I've gotten to the point where I bring like Epsom salts or salts with me and do like a scrub down of salt before I even shower just to get everything off.
Everything off, yes.
And if you ask Mom, I was selling my moon juice, and at one point I had to take one of my bottles of moon juice and spray it around our booth because I'm like, damn, can y'all just back off? Because I can't right now.
Yeah. I think especially if you're newer there,
Yeah.
I think they get to know some of the people, but if you're newer there, that they just kind of bug those people.
Oh yeah, they gravitate.
Newbies, let's go.
It's just like Shawshank, fresh meat.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Yep.
Oh God,
You
I
know,
love
there is an area there in Mansfield that totally sucks, and it's called the La Quinta
it.
because they let
That's-
Shriners come
That's
in.
a whole different story.
Listen, before where the La Quinta is, it's a nice area. Because like I love going to Mansfield for the reformatory, but it's not the best area in the world.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Where we stayed at the La Quinta, beautiful area. It's only like 20 minutes from the prison. However, Mom disagrees because there just happen to be some Shriners staying in the hotel, and one of them was dressed as a clown in the parking lot. But
Yeah, you open the curtain and have a freaking clown looking at you, and it's like, great, it's here.
all of a sudden, I'm minding my business, sitting on the bed, just fucking around on my phone, and I hear, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What's happening?" And she's just yelling out the window, and I'm like, "You want to dial it back a bit? What's going on?" There's a I'm like, "Great." Great.
Hated it.
I thought for
Maybe
sure
weird
she'd
noises.
the Jeep. Thought for sure.
Candace said she's wearing the t-shirt she got for you.
Yep. I saw. I love it. And she also says Madame Lalaurie Mansion throws creepy vibes in New Orleans, as well as the Rampart House, Zach and Allie. I don't know what that is.
We should all go to New Orleans together.
One of us has to stay home with bail.
I was gonna say we get in trouble enough at Michigan Paracon. Can you imagine the trouble you get in down there?
Yeah, just don't touch the light poles. Don't go in any creepy corners. Next year, when you go to Parasicon, go to the Fairfield Inn in Mansfield, Ontario is what it's called. Fairfield Inn and Suites, Mansfield, Ontario. Very clean. They take care of you. We've never had a problem. And
No clowns.
it's not. There's no clowns.
I mean, the place was nice.
Yeah,
If it didn't have clowns, it would have been better.
yeah. I think we did that hotel once, and that's all we needed. So yeah.
I mean, it was clean. I was happy. They had breakfast.
I like Cracker Barrel across the grass.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bonus. Yes, I do like Cracker Barrel. Mm-hmm.
You would have to roll me out of there.
Walmart and be entertained.
But we have covered an hour. We killed it. Look at that. Where'd it go?
What's next week?
I don't know what's next week.
Yeah, don't ask me. I didn't look that one up. So
I had it pulled up.
What was it, Conrad?
I had it pulled up and then I backed out of it while we were talking.
That sounds sexual.
Water elementals. Oh, elementals.
there we go.
Elemental.
With our good friend Michelle.
Yep. With Michelle.
Excellent.
Water elementals and more.
That'll be a good one. So make sure you guys join us next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m., same as always. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button so you get notifications. Tina, thank you again for always joining us.
Always.
Yes, thank you.
And whenever you want to come back, you know the drill.
Yes.
Just
Look some
yell.
shit up and then talk about it. So
Yeah.
That's right.
Just say, Chelsea, send me the link. Okay.
Yes, Candace, that was horrible.
But yeah, that is it for the show. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe, and as always, stay spooky.
We love you all.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to go spread mulch.